Welcome back, and hope you are enjoying this exciting journey to achieve the most amazing mindset that will change your life. We are really excited that you are continuing on your journey with us and know together that we have these techniques to help you create a phenomenal future.
It has for us and for many people that we have taught along the way who have also achieved amazing success by following these proven steps.
You now know the magic questions and the 3-step process to change negative thought into positive ones. And hopefully you've been practicing this process yourself.
Now you'll be aware of the negativity coming at you from the outside, and in this module we will be sharing the techniques to handle these nits and negativity from other people. As these are coming from third parties, we call them third-party nits.
So how do we start the process here? Well, when you're faced with third-party nits, whether they're about you, your business, or other people around you, there are 2 aspects to managing them. Firstly, you have to make sure that you protect yourself, and secondly, you have to deal with the people that are being negative.
So let's firstly discuss protecting yourself, and this means protecting yourself emotionally. Just don't buy in. The rule to remember here is don't react, respond. Reactions come from emotional base while responding comes from a values base. The knee-jerk reaction for most people when they are attacked is to fight back. So this leads to confrontation, aggression, and an avalanche of escalating drama along with loss of your integrity. As a result, personal attacks take over, the real issue is often forgotten, and also by now both of you are behaving badly.
You must not get emotionally involved when faced with nits from other people. This does take practice, but it's really important. So when you're faced with a nit from others, separate yourself immediately from the negative emotion that you feel about what has been said or done, and just don't buy in.
Avoid all emotions of anger, frustration, disbelief, hurt, or disappointment, and make sure that you are completely unemotional when dealing with the person involved.
A useful tool to create this separation is to create an imaginary glass bubble around you. To use this as a filter to choose what you will allow in and what you will keep out.
Another tool is the box technique, where you see yourself taking those comments or feelings of hurt and upset and imagine putting them into a box. Next, you wrap it up, seal it with rope, tape or ribbon, and then get rid of it in any way that works for you. You may want to burn the box, throw it off a cliff, or dump it out at sea.
If you take the lead from Warren Buffett, one of the world's business leaders, he imagines any negativity in a bathtub and he pulls the plug and washes them all down the drain.
Another effective strategy to give yourself time when facing an emotionally charged situation is to count to 10 before responding in any way. This gives you time to think, to act appropriately before you respond.
Also, remember that you have the option of walking away without any comments and taking time to choose the appropriate line of approach. You may state something like, this will need to be dealt with properly and let's deal with it later when I have time to work out the best approach.
It is very liberating to realize that there are no rules requiring you to react immediately. Counting to 10 or walking away gives you time to control your emotions and decide on the best response.
Even if you need to physically bite down on your tongue while counting to 10, do this to prevent the emotional disruptive reaction while you let the emotional intensity fade.
Yes, that's right. When the emotion has dissipated, you can then consider the actual problem, look for solutions, and come back to the person when you are calm. In this way, you maintain your integrity, your class act status is preserved, and you have avoided conflict that would have escalated the problem.
When you start to think about how you are going to deal with a person that is being negative, you again have 2 choices. You can take action and do something with that person directly, or you can do nothing and let the whole situation slide away.
By doing nothing though, it means that you have to let it go. This means not letting any emotional upset arise from the event, and make sure that you don't keep talking about it or going over and over it in your head. This option can let the nit quietly run out of steam and just die a natural death. Or it may be coming from people or groups that are outside of your influence, so you may not be able to stop them even if you tried. Also, if those people don't have your respect, their opinions are of no consequence to you anyway.
However, if you have chosen to ignore negativity about you from third parties and it starts to gain traction and power and influence, you may have to change your decision and start dealing with it directly.
When you are faced with individuals who are putting out nits or negativity about you or other people, here are some short and sweet responses to put them in their place. A good one is, other people's opinions are none of my business.
Or what about, let's keep our personal opinions about each other to ourselves and deal with the problem at hand.
Another one is, I avoid getting involved in gossip, so with all due respect, I will choose to ignore those comments.
What about, let's only deal with the facts and the problem at hand and leave our personal comments out of it.
And also you can say, I'm sorry, I can't get involved. It's against my religion, in a joking manner, of course.
Or what about, I'm not going to play God and make a judgment on this because I'm not perfect either.
And another one would be, perhaps we need to put ourselves in their shoes to get a full understanding of what's going on.
At the end of the day, the important thing is to remember about people being negative towards you is that 9 times out of 10, it's because they feel threatened by you in some way. Maybe you make them look bad or you show them up somehow.
Maybe they think you are better at something than them and they feel like they have to cut you down to undermine you. Interestingly, if they didn't feel threatened, they would either be positive towards you or they would just ignore you completely. The very fact that they are negative towards you show them up as feeling vulnerable. Let's talk about positive communication strategies to deal with third-party nits.
As the famous saying goes, of all of life's skills available to us, communication is the most empowering.
Successful resolution of difficult situations does require great communication skills. The aim is to use positive and constructive communication that leads to problem solving with all parties maintaining integrity, respect, and teamwork.
As the person being attacked, you are in the position of being the judge, jury, and defendant all at the same time. While wanting to maintain your integrity, you are also trying to maintain good relationships with the other parties that are involved to achieve a win-win situation while solving the underlying problem.
This takes some fancy footwork on your part, and we're about to share with you those gems that will give you those skills.
Firstly, listen. Effective communication means a two-way communication occurs. So listening is just as important as effective speaking.
As the old saying goes, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so listen twice as much as you speak. Secondly, you need to ask questions to precisely define the problem. Clarify the exact details of who said what and who did what. Get the information from multiple parties to get confirmation of the different views of the events so that you have the exact details of what has actually occurred or what has actually been said. This is often different from what the negative person is claiming.
This approach is to avoid making statements before you have all the relevant information. So continue to ask questions until you get all of the answers. You can never be wrong by asking too many questions.
The next step is to stay calm and maintain a class act. If things get more heated, slow down even more. Speaking more softly and calmly should influence the process positively.
If you speak when you're angry, you'll make the best speech that you'll ever regret.
Once you have all the information and you establish the facts, you are in a position to directly challenge the nits. The best way is to have a soft approach and work the person out of their negative perspective without directly challenging their position. This can be done with phrases like, I find it interesting that you see it that way. When you use this phrase, it starts to get the person thinking that there might be another way and thinking about what that might be.
Another useful phrase to use is, have you considered? This is offering the possibility that there may have been something that they have overlooked or that they have not considered all the information.
The phrase, are you willing to consider, is a really good phrase when individuals are stuck in a position and adamant that they know all the truth and all the facts. These are powerful and useful questions because they are non-judgmental, open and thought-provoking, especially when the person is adamant that they know the facts. These softer questions allow a change of position without loss of face.
On the other hand, it may be necessary to adopt a blunt approach. The nits can be directly challenged by saying, I'm sorry, I don't agree with that statement, and then give the reasons why.
You can contradict the nits as being untrue if you know that to be the case. You can state that the comment does not help the situation in any way, or if the people in the circumstances know about nits, you can just label it straight out as a nit.
In work situations, you can remind everyone that everyone needs to be part of the solution and not part of the problem.
A great point to remember when dealing with negativity from other people is just to continue doing such wonderful work or achieving such success that it's clear to everyone that negativity is just sour grapes. As another famous saying goes, the best revenge is to live well.
Another important strategy is to surround yourself with positive people. It is generally accepted that you become like the 5 individuals you spend the most amount of time with. So, choose carefully. It's very powerful, this strategy, to only surround yourself with positive people. It's about choosing your friends, your workplace, your associates, and your employees wisely, and trying to surround yourself with the most optimistic people.
It is much easier to maintain a positive and nit-free mind when the people around you share the same outlook in life. Having people around you who support you and believe in you will lift you higher and help you achieve higher levels of success than you ever may have thought possible.
Also, you will find that some people just revel in creating drama, and nits abound in their company all the time. It is as if their life is only good when they have a problem or a drama to deal with.
If you have people like this in your social circles, maybe you should consider that this may be the reason that your life is full of chaos and drama. As Dr. Elizabeth's famous saying goes, the only place for drama is on the stage. So keep these drama queens out of your life will be very liberating.
And finally, do yourself a favour and begin to create a nit-free environment in every aspect of your life. Your partners, your children, your friends, your workplace, recreation and social groups. Talk to your family and your children about nits, pulling them up and getting them into a nit-free habit.
At work, having the whole group educated about nits is helpful in making the workplace nit-free. This has dramatic benefits to the workplace atmosphere, productivity, workplace satisfaction, stress and absenteeism. Everyone wins. In schools, this process is effective at reducing bullying, and in teams it improves performance and fulfillment. Also, consider how much exposure you are having to negative TV programs, videos, or games where you come away feeling washed out, drained, uptight, or anxious. Putting yourself through these feelings has exactly the same physical and emotional result on your body as if you were living that experience yourself. So choose programs that are enlightening, empowering, and are of a general feel-good nature. Congratulations on getting through the 4 modules specifically dealing with creating a positive mindset and eliminating negativity. Hopefully you have enjoyed these modules and find that they change your life in the same dramatic ways that they have for us and the thousands of people around the world.
Watch this module repeatedly and you will get something different out of it each time, and keep practicing your strategies. We look forward to seeing you in the next module, and remember that everyone wants to be around positive people, so make that person you.